All right. All right. Coming back online. You should see my screen. You should hear my voice. Thank you, Glenn, again. I was stuck in some traffic and wasn't able to listen. I didn't even think about turning my phone on and just listening in while I was coming back. But we got the first snow of the season here in Utah coming down, and of course everyone drives like a moron. Um, yeah, we got snow. We got it this morning, and then again tonight. It's 29 degrees, and we're ready for Utah out here in winter. Ready for winter out here in Utah. 81. Get out of town. You live in global warming. All right. Officially good evening. Welcome out to the Market Watch Group Trading Foundations working sessions. Intermediate and above, which just basically means anything goes, of course. You guys know the drill. By the way, happy Guy Fawkes Day and happy Election Day. Here's where I think we can all agree. It's coming to an end, and we can celebrate that, right? We can all celebrate that it's coming to an end. Whatever the next phase brings, well, that's a whole different can of worms. My name is Scott. As I said, we're started. Here's the disclaimers. As always, education, illustrative purposes only. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. We don't give advice. We don't give recommendations. Let's go to the platform. Couple of trader strong today. Yeah, unexpectedly strong. The market was like feeling it. This morning, I'm like, like ready to go, looking good, and then it just kept getting stronger. Did you hold? Did you trade? Did you put some things on, or did you think, I don't want to? I gotta tell you, I was a little like, I don't know, but you know how it can vault with news that the market likes. It can be hard to catch. So, yeah, curious. Let me know what you have going on. Closed a few trades, let a few ride. Always good. Always makes sense. Definitely. Okay, well let's just let's talk about a couple of things and just see what we think. We did not get volume. We got average volume. It was a great day. You can see our stochastics turned, crossed. Candlestick took out yesterday's high, the day before's high, the day before's high. Started in here. Nice, solid bounce off the 50-day moving average. That's a signal. If someone's like, I took a bullish signal on the SPY today, I'd be like, yeah, giddy up. I see why you would do that. Let's go look at the VIX. Let's see what the VIX tells us about the institutions and the way they are reading things currently. What is that? Oryx Company? I don't know what that is. VIX. Come on, let's go. Yeah, strong down. You can see it hit, like we said, started to roll. Now, here's the deal. If we were to reverse, if we were to have a doji day and then turns higher the next day, that would be another higher low. That would be pretty not great. Pretty not good. But right now, what we're seeing is we said, hey, there's a great chance we see a nice where we get this kind of follow through. Meanders on down. And ends up looking pretty good. All right. Let's get to some stocks. I like it. Why am I not seeing the messages? There we go. Apple, KKR, Walmart, SPY put. Yeah. I mean, that all makes sense to me. Let's get my watch list up. Apple. So Apple was an interesting one where I was like, at first I'm like, I see Apple in a consolidation. And I still kind of do, where I'm like, you can see it did have a lower high. But we held this low for me. Like, I look at this and I think, okay, you know what? That held. I'm okay with that. So when I got this stochastics turn and I got this, I thought, if the market's going to go, if the NASDAQ's going to go, it's going to need the help of a leader like Apple. Yeah, good reward to risk. Doesn't even need to make a higher high. That's not what I'm looking for right now. Just looking for the channel up here. Just get to this old high. That's all I need. I don't need this enormous move here. If that was what you said I needed for this trade, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think that looks that good. But if all I need is that, that's it. 4-1. Getting on that right there. Love it. Love it. AFL. That one's too far. It's way below the 50. It has multiple times. It's in a consolidation. You know the drill. It's got to break up, higher high, higher low. Amazon just didn't really give us any opportunity. Too close to earnings back here, chopped around, still kind of moving about. APO, big pop on earnings. 165, reported 185, always good. I'd be really licking my chops with this one. The only problem is they report earnings tomorrow after market. So watching, waiting, seeing. AXP. So this is one that was like, it's just kind of meandering. Do you, don't you? I did. Still going. Come on, Energizer Bunny. Get moving for me. Let's see if this thing can go. Last time did the same kind of thing. Like, it started and then paused and then it went. So, well after when I thought. Bank of America, if you like it, it's bouncing. BK, if you like it, it's bouncing. What are we seeing a pattern of? If you like it, it's bouncing in the financial sector. BX, same thing. They held their support levels. We talked about that as a common theme. Held support. BK. Held support. BX. Held support. Caterpillar. So Caterpillar, this is where I drew my line. Nothing matters to me yet. This doesn't matter. It's got to go higher, up to here, then come back, then I'll trade it. Anything that looks like that has to do the same pattern. CMG, nothing for me. Coherent, nothing for me. Earnings come tomorrow after market. DIA, consolidation, Fastenal. Yeah, I held. I still have a piece, one piece. I guess we'll see. Tighten the stop. If we get a bullish day tomorrow and this thing breaks, maybe I'll get a run. I've already booked gain on the first two. Got one piece left. Anybody else still have a piece of Fastenal? If you closed it, hopefully you closed profitably. I know one person or a couple people maybe got picked off when it came down. That's frustrating for sure. Fidelity. Ooh, it hasn't broken, but that's a nasty looking engulfing pattern, right? Engulfing candle right there. GBTC looks like it's trying to get ready to bounce. GE Vernova. Strong. Gold. As not to jinx it, I will never speak as to whether or not I'm trading gold or not. But gold does have a nice trend. Does have a nice pullback. Does have a nice setup empirically. Google, thinking about it, licking my chops a little bit, rubbing my hands. Oh, like a devious villain. Ooh, I will be thinking of taking this trade. I don't know why a villain in this regard. Goldman Sachs. No, I do like Google though. Google's on the focus list for tomorrow. Goldman bouncing like a lot of them are. Home Depot. I need more. It's got earnings. I don't know. That's a tough one. Robinhood, not enough. IBM, not enough. IWM. Oh, well, now looky here. Okay. We have large caps. We always look at the race between large and small caps. And we say, what do we interpret this as? Growth, defensiveness, neither, just movement. Good day today. Dow had a good day, up 1%. Good day today. Russell, small caps, up almost 2%. 2 is more than 1. By double. That looks like growth money coming into small caps. I'm just saying. JCI, I'd be thinking about it if it weren't for the earnings. Here's one you know I likes. KKR. We talked about it. What are we looking for? We have this move, and it looked just like this. Nice little meandering down. Boom, signal. Meandering down. Signal. Okay. Here's a question. Who was thinking about this and likely would have taken it even if there wasn't an alert? Apple 2. Were either of these like, oh man, KKR's sliding in like a something that slides in nicely in a way that we like? Sorry, I don't even have the chat up. Are you guys talking to me? You guys are quiet tonight. Are you watching election results? What do we know? Anything shocking? Anybody want to put their early prediction in? it's like stepping in a minefield. Anybody want to put their prediction in of whose new administration? Waiting for Thursday. Jerome Powell. I put an email out to my guy, the hallowed Sir Dr. Austin Goolsbee. The election. Okay. Nobody wants to venture forth a prediction. I get it. You don't see me doing it either. I'm all, oh, here's what I think. Oh, all I do is have my fingers crossed that tomorrow, like nothing slows or shuts down. Yeah, I expect some lawsuits to come out, but if we have a reasonable idea and there's no like chaos, I believe the market is going to respond favorably. I believe that as we saw the day progressed, the market saw that as the case, and that's why we saw some bullishness today rather than indecision coming into the election, and that's why I wanted to get a couple of trades in place. Tell me if you agree with my logic. Otherwise, I'm going to keep monologuing at you. Thank you, Lee. I can count on Lee. Miguel, too. Thank you. McDonald's. Oh, I see a sneaky reversal. Right? A little sneaky reversal. It came down, then it popped up, and then it went down, and then it's popping up again, and it's all one move. I got to tell you, I'm actually thinking about it. And no, it's not just because the McRib sandwich is coming out at the end of the month, but that clearly is going to build some expectations and anticipation around what is considered by some to be one of the best holiday events of the season. I just heard a lot of people say that. I've read some internet articles that talk about how so many people love it. You'll be glad to know that McDonald's UK will have McRibs, and I will be in the UK for Christmas. So if they don't have it here and I can't get one, my family's like, "Are you really going to stop at McDonald's for McRib if we're in England?" I'm like, "Yes." Okay. Moving on. Trade setup? I think so. Meta. I thought about it. Did anyone? I thought about it. I didn't want to get too much, but I was like, what's the thought then? Heikin-Ashi with a stop below today's low. Today's low, 566.67, maybe 565. Yeah, I think we'll have time if we get good news tomorrow to catch it. I would say 572. If I have a stop at 565. I'm thinking it's breaking out, so I'm thinking maybe like 620, 615, 30, 45 points. 45. I need to be in by 580. By 580, I think. Yeah, that's what I would put it at. Morgan Stanley. Let me get out of these Heikin-Ashi candles. They're not helpful right now. Morgan Stanley, I think you could have made an argument for that. That one stood out to me as a strong in the group. I might take another financial. I might take another technology. I might take a communication services tomorrow. If the market responds favorably from election with what seems to be knowledge gained rather than uncertainty, you risk becoming a spectator if you don't get trades in place, right? In place, which is not a big deal. You don't lose money as a spectator, but we know how big these windows can be, especially like a November, December Santa rally. So, Santa's coming. Somebody's got an expensive trip to pay for. Needs to do some trading. NASDAQ, NDAQ, strong. It was yesterday, though. Netflix, I think that's viable. There you go. There's another one. Look at all these big companies. NVIDIA. Absolutely could have traded NVIDIA. PLTR. Oh, man. How many of us were just thinking, oh, earnings. We would have traded this thing in a heartbeat without those earnings. Still thought about it even with those earnings. I know I did. I know you did. You can see, though, look at that. Yes, Lee. Look at that vol drop, 80 to 56. That's a huge drop. But, boy, when you go from what this thing did, 42 to 51, smashing. You'll notice it got right up where? Right to that. Almost left one on the line. I know, right? That, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. Right? That's the way to do it. And then what'll happen is you'll do that and you'll like literally give every penny of that contract up one time. And you'll just be like, shit, to hell with that. PayPal. PayPal looks bullish. God, there's a lot of bullish things, you guys. Look how bullish the Nasdaq. Okay, there's no election. You don't know anything. I show you this chart. You know nothing but what you see here, because the election makes you think and feel and believe. What do you see? I see bullish. I see a bounce off the 50. I see a cup and handle. Wants to break that 500 mark and just go smashing higher for us. I'm reminiscent of last November, December, January, February, March. 5 months. That's when our posture got to a 6 the whole time. 6, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5. Great money to be made. Great money to be made. So I'm not gonna put the cart in front of the horse, but I like so far what's going on. Southern's in a consolidation, nothing there for me. SoFi strong, SPY strong. What are our futures doing? Oh God, did you see the futures? Even in the after hours? $580, we're already another 3.5 points. We're already another 0.6% higher. Let's go look at the E-mini. Yeah, you can see it right there. I'm feeling it, you guys. You may need to be ready to put on early trades. First hour. If you wait too long and the day goes big, we'll talk about it in the morning, though. We'll talk about it in the morning. Of course we will. Did anybody have any questions about the trades in the alerts today? Did you take them? I know Miguel did. Did you take the trades? I went long calls. Even though the vol was not like super low, I was like, you know what? The way things are moving, I'm okay with it. So I just went simple with some long calls out to December. Give me your thoughts. Oh, sorry. I got to stop for a second. Wave one. Anyone who was there on Monday night, no, Sunday. Anyone who was there on Sunday and said they wanted to do it, you've been put on this list. I can see everybody. I can see who's been in here. Let's see where my members are. Boom. I've got Press. I've got Steven. I've got Nick. I've got Sandy. I've got myself. I've got Phil. So I very purposefully, those of you who have an email, very purposefully gave you nothing. Nothing. I just literally put your email in and sent it. I can put emails in that say, hey, do this. I can do a bunch of different things to help and will. I wanted to just be like, what if you had nothing? So Sandy and Steven gave a little feedback already. The rest of those of you who are doing it, when you do it, let me know. Was there any friction? Did there any impediment to getting in? Was it clear? Did you get right in? Could you see exactly where things were? Play around. Do you like the organization? Steven gave some good feedback. I was still playing around with easy to navigate. Love it. Love it. I mean, we'll see next week. Next week is an elective transition. So next week we will use Circle and and Discord. So if you wanted to come and watch the broadcasts and be like, oh yeah, that's great, or oh, here's how it's different. But the objective is that we are off Discord and on this beautiful packaged deal that has great these courses. All of the if you're ever like, oh man, I want to go back and look at the market posture. You can come in and be like, oh, I've got market posture right here. I click in there and you can see Steven's already, boom, look at him. He's already 67% through, smoking everybody. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to view the lessons, actually. Anyways, we don't need to go through it. It's there now. Anyone who didn't give me your email, if you're ready, I need group 2 for like probably Wednesday or Thursday. So if I didn't get your email on Sunday and you're like, yeah, I'd love to go poke around the new place, stick it in the Market Watch stage chat today. Just put the email in that you want. I'm going to get 5 or 6 more people, hopefully, and we will blast this time with instructions. This time it'll be like, do this and go here and be awesome and whatever. So it should be great. Okay, back to the charts. Man, I was not realizing we were this bullish coming out. I'm curious if the futures continue to react to a smooth election process that veers on a winner. Where was I? SPY. Tesla. Tesla had a nice candle turn. Stochastics is a little slower. I'm always a little leery when I see that, but whatever. Steve is in. Boom. First. Love it, Steve. Number one of Beta Group B. TSM viable today. I just about took that one. Thinking about it for tomorrow, of course. TTD. Too close to earnings. UUP. The dollar's pulled back a little bit overall. Mostly just strength in there. What else? Here's the VIX. VIX looks good. Pulling back, looks strong. Walmart. Oh, good day today, Walmart. Walmart at new highs, already getting through its previous highs. Good volume today. Plenty of time to catch the trade still yesterday. If you got the alert, if you had the wrong alert from my mistake on Friday, corrected pretty quickly, but hopefully you're able to get that trade on. That looks nice. Do I have that in here? I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, Walmart looks pretty good. All right. XLB looks like it's trying to hold. The only piece of that I want is gold. XLC, communication services, looks strong. Oil, energy does not. Financials looks like it's ready to turn and still strong. As does industrials, bouncing convincingly off of its 50-day. XLK looks good, bouncing back through the 50, no issues. Consumer staples, a little more iffy. Utilities, same thing. I need utilities to really bust a little higher before I'm willing to trade them. XLV, healthcare is in a bad place. Consumer discretionary continuing to move higher. There it is. Let's talk about what else is coming out this week, and if you have any final swing states poll from Emerson College. Yeah, let's see the results. Let's see what we know about this predictor here. Emerson College says Harris over Trump in Michigan. Even Steven in Nevada and Wisconsin. Trump by 1 in Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. Trump over Harris in Arizona. Okay. There you go. Let's get that economic calendar. Tomorrow, nothing. Nothing but processing the election. Is there a state we're waiting for? Is that state important? Right? Is there one that's like, oh, we're not going to know this state for a little bit, whether it's like margin of error for recount, and there's nothing we can do but wait. Is it close enough? Yeah, I think that in the morning we'll have a pretty good idea, but we may still not know. Then on Thursday, the Fed announces their quarter point cut, and Jerry Bear tells us about why he's giving a quarter point cut. And then he's going to tell us that another one is coming in December. He won't. But we know that we think one is coming. We know we think it. This is November. No, there's really, like, that would be a shock if we didn't get it. That'll move us down to 450 to 475. Then in December, 30% chance approximately of staying there. 70 of going a little better than 2 to 1. That's where we are. Yeah. We've got some time if you want to look at charts. I know that there's not much we can do. We got a few trades on. It's election day. We're moving into is anyone going to an after party? A watch party? I mean, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. I might take a peek on my phone a couple times before bed. Yeah. Here's where I am. Our posture is bullish. If we get a strong push, I could see posture even raising. That would be a really strong way to start November. Coming out of a little bit of a sideways action in the market. We know that last October we had a correction, and then we came out of it like a slingshot. But in this situation, I think we look even stronger. We look stronger now than we did then. The only thing that could derail us, once again, is uncertainty. And so, as I said, at the risk of putting the cart before the horse, everything is showing as if the market likes the process. That maybe even if someone is saying, oh, it was rigged, no one's going to believe it because the process is very closely scrutinized. Because I got to tell you, if the Democrats cheat this time and you can't catch them, you'll never catch them. I don't know. Everyone's quiet today. I think we're all just sort of maybe just kind of waiting to see what it's going to look like. Anybody else? I got a message from Steve. Is there anyone else who wants to? I'll put it out there tomorrow as well in the morning, and I'm hoping to have the invite out by Thursday, Friday at the latest. We'll see what that ends up looking like. But yeah, let's continue working to move into what everybody seems to be acknowledging is a better, more intuitive platform. All right, well, I'm assuming we're good. 2 new trades on, 2 or 3 on deck. Market's looking bullish, posture's holding up. Election's going okay. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that nothing throws us off that path. Tomorrow morning, we'll be on, same time as usual, 15 before market opens. We'll have way more information at that point about what we think is happening and why. And yeah, we'll take it. See where it leads us. All right, fabulous. It's great to see everybody. You guys have a great rest of your night. I hope the election is palatable. I'm glad it's over. And as always, happy trading.